Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this afternoon's meeting of the Yountville Town Council. It is Tuesday, June 30th at 4:30 p.m. For those of you joining us in council chambers this afternoon, you'll find the agendas and the supporting documentation in the little plastic bins on the wall by the door where you came in. Help yourself to that information. We are being recorded live on Channel 28, and we are live web video streaming on the... We are being recorded live.
Yes.
On our website, if you just go to www.townofyountville.com and click on the Town Council tab, you will find this session live. And, of course, this session will be rebroadcast this Friday at
No,
noon.
'cause we're not here, so no.
Oh, that's right. Friday is a state and federal holiday, technically. So when will we rebroadcast? Do we know?
Shoot for Thursday if we can.
We'll shoot for Thursday if we can at about noon on Channel 28. And we would appreciate it if you'd turn your cell phones and pagers off while you're in council chambers this afternoon. Thank you. May we have the roll, please?
Councilmember Dutton?
Here.
Councilmember Chilton?
Here.
Councilmember Mueller?
Here.
Vice Mayor Dunbar?
Here.
Mayor Sosserman?
Here. Will you join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We had a closed session on June 16th. Is there any reportable action from that session?
No.
Thank you. Item 5, adoption of this afternoon's agenda. Are there any changes or corrections to tonight's agenda? Can I have a motion?
Move for adoption.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. That motion carries. Thank you. Item 6 is public comment. If there's anyone wishing to speak to the council at this time on any matter that's not on this afternoon's agenda, you may step forward and do so at this time. Seeing no public comment, I will close the public comment and move on to item 7, approval of consent calendar. Are there any changes or corrections to this afternoon's consent calendar?
Motion for approval.
Second.
With a few minor grammatical and edits to the resolutions. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. That motion carries. And staff is aware of those edits, just minor grammar. Item 8, public hearing, Citizens Option for Public Safety Program, COPS. May we have staff report, please?
Yes. The COPS funding is, the town has relied on COPS grant funding to support law enforcement services for the town. And with the state budget crisis, this funding has been in question and in jeopardy. The state did revise their budget in February of 2009, and they earmarked 0.15% of the vehicle license fee to fund the COPS allocation. So to date, the town has received about $54,000, and we're hoping to receive an additional $26,000. Now, that only gets us to about 80% of what we're entitled to. So we're not expecting to see the full $100,000. So for 0809, of which this is the last day of the fiscal year, we have not yet adjusted our budget. So the purpose of tonight's action is to adjust our budget, and also the funding requires that we hold a public hearing. And so we're asking that a public hearing be held and that we approve our plan for the COPS funding and that we adjust our budget accordingly.
Thank you. Does council have any questions for staff? Councilmember Chilton?
In light of news, even I think today, of IOUs from the state, is the law say that we're going to get this money, it just may take longer to get the cash?
The VLF funding source means it wouldn't come via IOU, is what I've heard.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
I do have just one. You
Vice
knew I
Mayor?
couldn't go without
I couldn't
asking a question.
resist.
This is a very brief one. Do we have any idea if the balance that's owed us is going to be on a delayed schedule, or should we just assume not even to see it this next fiscal year? You have any idea?
The $20,000
Right.
that we're being shorted, I don't anticipate that we'll get that back.
Okay.
Any more questions? Is there anyone from the public that would like to comment on this matter this afternoon? Seeing none, I'll close the public comment and bring it back to council for further discussion and/or action.
I'll move for adoption of resolution number 2798-09, approving the fiscal year 2008-9 Citizens Option for Public Safety Program and budget adjustment number 2008-09-A02.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. That motion carries. Thank you. Staff informational reports? Staff informational reports. Okay.
No reports to share. Thank you.
Thank you. Item 10, council member meeting reports and comments. Council have any comments? Councilmember Dutton?
I'll just have a meeting report. We did have our Valley Waste Management meeting yesterday, and it was to finalize the budget for this coming year and also adjust the rates. And the effective July 1, basically the garbage rates will go up 2%. And what that really means is currently a 35-gallon standard can. It's $22.03. It'll be $22.47 or additional 44 cents. There was some discussion about pickup loads. Now that you go in, it's like $10 a cubic yard. There was some discussion to take it to $30 flat fee because they had found that there was sort of a lot more coming in than they were going out. So this has to do with, I guess, people will literally bury heavier stuff on the bottom of loads and this type of thing. So they said that was a little too severe because there was a number of feedback from people who had seen the rates and do take garbage up there on a regular basis, primarily from Up Valley. So they're going to go at $20 and then phase it in 6 months from now go to $30. So just give them some time, but it does have to be done to make it right.
Councilmember Chilton?
Just a quick note on NCTPA. The board met, I guess it was almost 2 weeks ago now.
17.
The 17th, yeah, so basically 2 weeks ago. And the main item, well, there was a variety of items, including the budget, which got not a lot of discussion, shall we say. The main item was the response to the RFP that was put out by NCTPA for the third-party provider of transportation services for Napa County. Needless to say, that turned into a very long meeting and has turned into a special meeting tomorrow morning at 8:45 a.m. for further consideration. My suggestion is if you want a seat, you better show up really early. But that's a pretty interesting one. I have not been to NCTPA where that has been the case, so this is a big one. And consideration for Route 11 to Santa Rosa is on the table tomorrow, as is the City of Napa Trolley. So it'll be a lot of fun.
All right. Thank you. Any other council?
I attended the WIC board meeting last Thursday. We also approved our budget, and there is a guidance document that's getting ready to try to be incorporated into other city municipalities on the maximum sediment load that's going into our creeks and rivers around here. So they're expecting a lot of controversy about that from the local farmers and environmentalists. We'll see. That's
We'll
it.
see. Good. Thank you. Vice Mayor?
Yes, the Heritage Oak Ad Hoc Committee met last week. Councilmember Moeller and I and other members of the council, or the committee, met, and then 4 of us attended the Hopper Creek Homeowners Association board meeting Saturday morning and made a presentation to the board and several members of the association that were present. The board did vote unanimously to support the removal of the oak tree, expressing concerns over the liability that they all have if there is any injury or damage caused by a falling limb or the tree itself. We heard their comments, and there was some dialogue. The subcommittee plans on meeting again next week, I believe.
The meeting will be on Wednesday between 5 to 6, preceding the playground equipment public workshop, which will be 6 to 8 on Wednesday, July 8th.
And then we hope to agendize a recommendation the subcommittee hopefully will come to at that meeting. We hope to agendize something to bring forward to the entire council later in July.
Good. Anything else? Other than a happy 4th of July, everyone? Okay, future agenda items. In-council workshop regarding introduction of planning and building department tool bag discussion. Sounds exciting. And with that, we will move into closed session. Conference with legal counsel, anticipated litigation.
Mayor Sosserman,